Hey everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. And if you're joining our social mastery calls, which I hope you are, where we're planning out, executing, scheduling, and doing all the social media in one sitting for the entire week, you're getting a lot of value from that, I hope. And you hear me talking about how marketing a pending or sold listing, yours or borrowed, every week is really one of the most critical things that you can do to generate listings. It's so important to do. Everything is important, but this is the one thing I think that if every single week I had to do something, this would be one of those things. It is awesome to engage home sellers because this is information that a lot of times they can't or don't get from other places. It allows you to tell a story. Even if you're not the listing agent, I've got a strategy, I got an example to give you to help you tell a story. But if you are the listing agent or even the selling agent, you've got a lot of opportunity right here to engage with people. For the last 14 years, pending and sold have really been some of the best engagement and some of the best quality seller leads for the money by far. So we got the cash offer funnels, the iBuyer, what is your home worth, 40 different PDF guides, a 100-point home marketing plan. We got so many great seller lead gen funnels, so many great tools, the nearby homeowner letter, which generated a client so far $100,000 in GCI. Just that one tool this year going after listings. But this here is one thing that you have got to do, yours or borrowed. And so in this video, I'm going to walk through with you when you don't have a pending or sold listing, what do you do to get it into your account and what do you do to market it so that over time, and even in the short term, but over the long term, we're generating consistent listing leads to grow our business. Okay. Again, this is one of those things that, like I said, if there was only one thing I had to do every single week, or I could do every single week, it would be this right here. And so here's an example, right? Here's a post about another home on Maple Drive in Folsom went pending. When it sold, expected to close soon. And they can either go here or click here. They go to the single property website. Now, if it's an ad, then it's a Facebook lead ad. We get name, email, phone number, and their selling time frame in the ad, and and then they all lead here, right? So on a post, and now check this out, and we will include this link. So if you're an active client and you don't see the link with the video that you're watching, get yourself into the mastermind group. And I got my funnel or my form there on optional, but this right here, even if it is not my listing. So again, if it's my listing, I'm good to go. Just market that listing like normal with listings to leads. It's amazing. But when it's not your listing, check it out. I just said this property went pending on the date that it went pending, 46 days after it listed for sale. This price was X. Sold price will be updated here, so be sure to follow for updates. And then I gave a little bit of description on it. This is a beautiful home with a lot of great light, built in 1976, been updated throughout. And then you can read through that here. I give a little bit of information. And then I roll to thinking about selling your home. Our 100-point home marketing plan for getting Folsom homes sold for top dollar as fast as possible has just been updated. So you can see here, even though I'm not the listing agent, I am telling a story that is going to help engage people even further. But typically I will have them as a lead before that even. So this is so awesome. And with all the tools in listings to leads and as easy and fast as this is to do, this is an absolute no-brainer. If you do it consistently every week, you're going to get better and faster at doing it. So you're going to get even more, right? More results faster and easier if you do it every week going forward. So here's what we do. Click add listing. And because it's not your listing, you have to add it manually. Now, I want you to think of this as content creation. This is not, oh, I got to add a listing, right? You need this. This is what you need to be doing every single week. And your inconsistency in marketing a pending or sold listing every week is costing you business because you want to make sure that people are thinking about you when they start thinking seriously about selling their home. And well, who can get my home into contract? Who can get my home sold? Who's a person that keeps talking about listing is going into contract or listing being sold? And we want that to be you. So where it says status, add the appropriate status. So if it's sold, you can just use sold, and you can use just sold in all the marketing. But let's just say it's active contingent is the status. that we use. And headline, I'll just say another home, active click. I am just showing a marketing agent. We're going to put the listing agent's name here. We're not using the listing address. We're not using the listing photos, and we're not using the listing description. So really, we can take that out a little bit later, but we just want to make sure that we're not going to create any tools for listing agents because this is not your listing. So just check that box and it'll make sure we prepare just the right tools for you as a marketing only agent. Street address, please pay attention here. Another home on. So do not put the street number. Another home on Maple Drive, 9573. Price, whatever that price was, right? I probably just have the MLS open, and I'm going to do it for a listing that's in your area. I will come back to this later. I'll just say AC in Folsom. And later I'll come back and I'll just copy and paste from the single property website that you can get the link for. Just copy and paste that and then just edit it as needed. Here, upload images. So we did not use the street number. We did not use the listing description, and we're not going to use the listing photos. We're going to take a photo of the street area front of so we're looking down the street of where that listing is. That could be good. I got a few others in here I don't see, but what we don't want to do is use a straight up photo of that property, and we don't want to use the listing agent's photos for sure. We want to make sure we don't do that. So once that gets done, just click save and add domain. We've got a bunch of free domains for you to use. So world's best listing, the best listing, beautiful home, best listing in America's best listing. Wow. If you want to get a custom domain, you can. If you want to use your main website domain, you can do that as well. It takes a few days, maybe even a week for all that to propagate. So when you're trying to get the listing out the door, if you don't have that set up, just use one of ours. And here we go. All right. We can confirm all the information. And now click on market listing. And here we go. It's so easy because now from here, it's just doing the normal marketing. And notice how everything, right. Another home on Maple Drive, Folsom, California is on active contingent and expected to close soon. When this home is sold, it'll affect your home's value. I am going to click edit post. I'm going to take out. No one's going to care, right? If you got listing agent there, nobody cares. And this is why when you look at like very popular podcasters and video people, the ones that bring in special guests, and maybe I should be doing this too, right? There's a benefit there because that one person is bringing the content. So it is a person that brings the content, not always the person that owns the content that can leverage that can benefit from that and get value from that for their business. So hopefully that made sense. Got my ad here, $50 for 1 week, radius 15 miles, right? The standard special housing ad category. I don't know why that went to 49, but 50, there we go for 1 week. I can change the image. I can add a video here. So if I wanted to use the short form video script that we're going to talk about in a minute, I could record that video, put it here, and that would be great as well. I could retarget to a custom audience if I wanted to. If you got a custom audience and you want to advertise or run the ad to that custom audience, singular or plural, you totally can, but absolutely do not worry about that. That's not something you need to worry about. And give it about 5 minutes and this view will be active. Right now it'll show as not active. And then you can preview the ad and actually see what the ad's going to look like. I got my social media post. So the ad's going to generate generally, right, kind of standard $8 to $12 seller leads, name, email, phone number, and selling time frame. This is scheduled for auto post at 2:05 p.m. So in about 20 minutes, I'll leave that alone. But if I want to edit anything, the image, and this will link to the single property website. So that'll link to the single property website, just like this one for that listing. Next up, and I'm going to skip a couple of things here. I will come back to them, but I want you to use the e-flyer for your database, because when you use that e-flyer for your database, I can then use the database call script and call through my database with the Did You Get script. And so when the e-flyer for the database opens up, click test email, send that to yourself, and just make sure it looks good. And this email, you want to send this to your database through your CRM, or you can send it to your leads in Listings to Leads. I'll show you how to do that. But this e-flyer will link to the single property website where people can click on to get their home value. They can also click on the email, and let me bring it back up again for you. So in the email, they'll let them know that when this home is sold, it will affect their home's value, and they can click here and also bring up the home value landing page to get their home value estimate there as well. So this email is a great email to send to your database. And again, let me show you real quickly. If you use a program like a CRM, let's just say LionDesk, and they all work pretty much the same way. I'm just going to show you how fast and easy this is to send out through whatever CRM that you've got. All right. It'll literally take a minute. And what this does is it allows us to then call 5 to 10 of our seller leads, right? Let them know. I'll give you that script in a minute, but look here, contacts, let that load up. And so your CRM may be a little bit different. You can ask support at your CRM how that works if you need to, but it all works essentially the same. Right here, bulk email, 88,196 people are about to get my message. I'm going to say another home, active, contingent, or pending, or sold, or in contract in Folsom. And so in this part right here, just click where it says source. You'll see something like that in your CRM as well. And this is where you paste. Oh, I forgot to click copy code. So back in Listings to Leads, make sure we click copy code. And then in your CRM, paste all that there. There's the email. And in our social media mastery class, right, when we go through all the different emails, this is a great email we want to make sure that we're sending. And so you can either send it now, or you can schedule it to send whenever it is that's appropriate for you. You can send it to just your seller leads. You could also send it to your buyer leads as well. They may be curious to see homes that are going into contract. So you can see here, I can send the email, I can schedule it. I wouldn't make this recurring, just either send or schedule, and get that to your database. Then give it 5 to 10 minutes. There's a few other things that you can do in the meantime, which I'll share with you, but call some of those leads with this script. This script is so easy. Check this out. I'm going to run through it with you real quickly here. And your name will be John. All right. Hey, John, Scott Pierce here at L2L Realty. And I want to let you know that another home on Maple Drive in Folsom is now active contingent and expected to close soon. I sent you an email with a link to the single property website with all the photos and details. I just want to make sure you got that. If you didn't, you can text 1-833-710 to 25678, and the virtual tour will get sent to you automatically. And with the way the market is now, I just want to make sure to let you know about this. And you can see here, and you want to leave a voicemail, definitely leave a voicemail. If you get voicemail, it'll actually help you practice the script, get more fluid and get more comfortable with it. And then it'll end in one of 3 ways. And you can really use either one of these scripts right here that you want. So this one is, when this home is sold, it will affect the value of homes in the area, including yours. I expect we'll get a good price for it, so I think it'll positively affect your home value. Because of this, I will be preparing updated home value estimates for your home. Would john@listingtoleads.com be the best email to send that to? Or you could say, prepare a home value equity report. I do CMAs for all my clients and VIPs. So here's the other version. But what we're doing is we're leveraging the fact that we sent out that e-flyer first. And hey, they may have seen the ad. They may have seen the post as well, right? They may have come in through that, and maybe they got questions for us now. So us calling them is helping engage and convert more of our seller leads into listings. And this is a perfect segue, a perfect reason to reach out, because we're not doing it in a do you want to sell right now type of vibe, right? We're reaching out because we're letting them know about a listing in their area, all right? Letting them know that it affected their home value, and can we be of any service related to that? So absolutely brilliant marketing opportunity. And so far, we paid $50 for the ad, which I recommend if you got the budget, because again, cost per lead is so good on those. But if you don't have the budget, you can do all the other stuff that we're talking about here in this video today. Next up would be the short form video script. You could literally record this in your office, at a cafe while you're drinking a latte. You could record this while you're on tour. And essentially, it's real quickly, I'll walk through this with you, and then I'll show you how to use it. But hey, everybody in Folsom, Scott Pierce here, and I want to let you know that there's another home on Maple Drive just went active contingent. If you want to get all the photos, details, and price, go ahead and text 183-710 to 25678. It's a great home. It was on a corner lot, 2 stories, right? Just a couple of sentences about the property, and then the ending on that one. When this home closes escrow, you're going to want to know what your new home value estimate is going to be, because home values do change when properties sell. You can go to california.freehomevalues.net to get your updated home value estimate now, or just DM or comment below, and I'll get it over to you as quickly as possible. I think you're going to like what Scott Pierce here, LDL Realty. Talk to you soon. What a great video. And imagine you do this video every single week on the next pending or sold listing as they come through your market. You're going to be the person people think about when they think about getting homes sold. And that's the person we want to be, right? Social media ads in a post, a database email, a database call. We got a short form video script that we're going to share on social media. And lastly, we could do both or one or the other. We could either A, use the nearby homeowner letter, postcard, or door hanger, and or we could circle prospect, and we could do both. So again, if you're following our GeoFarm mastery, right, where we talk about how to select a GeoFarm, how to get the data from that from a company like MyPlusLeads, RedX, Batch Leads, and what have you, and you got the phone numbers, you could start using this script right here for circle prospecting around that pending listing in a GeoFarm strategy, so that as you're working your GeoFarm, right, you're getting business a lot faster than normal. So this is a phenomenal way to, again, get more listings from your farm. Now, if you want to send out the letter or the postcard or door hanger, you totally can. I will show you here. I'll download this. This is something, right, get into the Facebook mastermind group for listings to leads on how to use this if needed. People, they'll have a professional print house. We can do it for you, right? You can click the green print and mail button, buy a list and send it out. You can upload your own list. Sometimes people print it at home or at the office, tri-fold it. Maybe they stuff it in an envelope. But the more it looks like it came from an individual, the more conversion you're going to get. So the key to the letter is, and why it works more than most postcards, is because it looks like a letter, like something personal, and they open it up, and then the letter, for some reason, this just engages so well with people. Clients have told us that people hold on to this letter for months, right? And they see it when they go into a listing presentation from 3 or 4 months in the past. So this letter is absolutely phenomenal. And especially if you're into door knocking, that letter would be phenomenal. Door hangers are great, right? That would be very popular as well. You could do the postcard. Check this out. Because again, we are not using, I always refer to this as a micro mini market report. So not a market report, because our market report would be for like a whole sales area, but almost like a mini market report. So you can see here the postcard, right? Active contingent. Another, visit the URL, or they can send a text, right? Look at automatically. I added that listing to my listings to leads account, and automatically, because I'm subscribed to the text and IVR service, I get that added there to the listing flyers, to everything automatically. And you can see a QR code automatically. If you want to pause the video, you can scan that. In fact, I'll make it a little bit bigger. You could scan this QR code and you will see that it goes to that pending single property website automatically. There was no pause and trick and something happening in the background that you didn't see. All I did was literally add that little bit of information. It took me about 4 minutes to do. And all of these tools were automatically created. Social media tools, the database tools, the farm tools, all the scripts, everything was created for me automatically. And if you just do these 5 or 6 activities every single week, and you could get them done in about an hour, if you wanted, to the nearby homeowner letter, because that is one of the things, if you saw in the Facebook mastermind group here, I'll show you that letter was, look at this, over 100,000 GCI from just this letter alone, right? From that letter alone, 100,000 GCI. He uses it more for just sold, and I'm talking about the letter right here. He uses it mostly for just sold, but pending works great as well. And I like pending because it's that status that people know, okay, it's gonna sell, more or less, and it hasn't hit Zillow and Realtor.com and all those places. And so it's a great status to start creating that kind of interest list so that when it does sell, and you can remarket it again and get more leads, but then you can also get back to those leads that came in while it was pending or active contingent, what have you. All right. So I hope I have helped you out to understand why marketing a pending or sold listing every single week, so that we got that message. So we got that content associated with us in our marketplace on a consistent basis, so that as our homeowners in our area are thinking about buying or selling real estate, they think about us naturally, because we're constantly having that discussion via all these different channels with our audiences. So if you have any questions on this, let us know, and we'll talk to you soon.